Are you looking for a podcast about the coolest ladybot ever?
Then you must be thinking of another podcast. Oh! Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you today?
Thirsty.
Are you thirsty? You got a crackable?
I got a crackable.
I've got a crackable.
Let's crack into
Let's
it.
do it. Ah, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know when I was really needing a crackable?
When?
During the Oscars.
Oh. Did you watch the whole Oscars?
You bet your ass I did. I always do, but I didn't. I didn't do a ballot this year.
You made a whole stink about how you weren't going to give attention to the Oscars.
I had to know if Amelia Perez was going to sweep it.
Yeah,
and they
I
did
too.
nothing for the most part. It's kind of nuts how much
They
the
got
Golden Globes
best-
backtracked on it.
They got Best Original Song, though. Like,
They did.
why? Is that the Penis or Vagina song?
No.
Okay.
The one that was up is better, but
Okay.
like I even got a TikTok of them going like, how did we go from this? And it was a song from the Muppets movie with Jason Segel
Yeah.
to that one. And I was like, yeah, that Muppet song was fucking slapping against that one. I'll play you a clip of the one that won later.
Okay.
Like it's okay. I can see the appeal, but like on a level of like singing or maybe like emotionalness, you know, because like most of the time it's either like some like emotional like credits song, you know,
Yeah.
some credits ballad,
Right.
or it's just like a really good fucking jam, like the James Bond theme, right?
I was trying to find
But,
out who was up
no.
this year.
Oh, I
For-
got you
for
right
best song.
here. Here, let me shoot you this. You can come on here. Okay. So best song, actually, Amelia Perez had two
2 songs in the category?
songs in that category. Yes.
Oh my God.
So it was up for El Mal, which is the one that won,
Mm-hmm.
and one called Mi Camino, and I think that's the one that Selena Gomez did.
Oh.
I believe, but that's also the one that was drawing a lot of ire with the Hispanic community for how her Spanish was.
Oh.
So, anyway. Actually, I was really into this one called Like a Bird from the movie Sing Sing. I want to see that movie so fucking bad, dude.
I have not heard of that one.
It's these guys that go to prison and then they make a theater troupe to like escape the horrors of their life in prison or
Oh!
whatever.
I wanted to see that. I saw one preview for that exactly one time when I went to see American Fiction. And then I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to write that movie down because I'm not going to remember it. And then I didn't write it down and I didn't remember it.
I saw a clip from it when they were doing like best actor stuff or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And dude, there was this one scene that has me even more sold. Like, I guess like the guy that's like leading the troop was gonna like leave and like quit it, and then
Mhm.
some other guy comes up and he was like, "You can't leave. Like, you don't understand. Like, this is all we have. We just want to put on costumes and we want to dance around and forget the reality we're in." And it's like this, I mean, big, buff, hardened, you know, criminal guy. And that
Yeah.
felt so hard to hear him like, we want to put on costumes and dance around, you know? That's shit that you probably can't say there. But I was like, man, like, that ability to play does mean so much,
Yes.
you know? I want to see that movie fucking bad. I want to see it so bad.
Too. Where is it available to watch?
I don't know if it is,
Let's
but
find
I
out.
think I have it. So,
Oh. I will take it.
like you can rent it places, but yeah,
Yeah,
we ain't
you
gonna
can
rent
buy
it.
it and rent it on just about anything by the look of it, but
Yeah, so we'll make that happen later. Did you see any of the Oscars?
I saw a couple of clips on YouTube, but that's it.
Okay, it was a pretty
So-
solid Oscars.
It looked pretty good from what I saw. Like I saw the performance of Defying Gravity, which was awesome.
Oh
I
my
saw,
fucking god! It was that was the literal opening.
Oh man, perfect
It
way
was
to open
great.
it.
Oh yeah,
So good.
super fucking good.
And I just saw like a couple people doing jokes and stuff. So
I'll I will say, so they started at 6, which is a little early for the Oscars. They were done. It was scheduled till 9:32. The Oscars went off like 9:40.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it was pretty much on the ball, you know.
It's
Which
been like
goes right
6
into
hours and past, right?
I know they go long, but Conan. So Conan, not the Barbarian, like I was gonna say, but Conan O'Brien. There we go.
Conan no Barbarian.
His opener, he did a song called "I Will Not Waste Your Time."
Okay.
So he like sang this whole song about how he was gonna make the Oscars flow and he was not gonna waste your time. And the ending is him just going, and they're like, I'm not gonna. And then he wastes a whole bunch of fucking time. It was hilarious.
God.
But then right after that is the best part. Like the whole opening, like 15 minutes, I genuinely had a smile on my face. It was pretty fucking funny, or
Good.
just good, like the defying gravity thing.
Yeah.
But
Were you feeling the
then
movie magic?
he was like, I've been telling more people about that, and nobody is on the same page as me with Wicked, but whatever. Then they did the Adam Sandler thing, which, have you watched that?
No.
I watch it 5 times a day, minimum.
Of course.
Okay? And it took TikTok to tell me that was a joke about the Trump-Zelensky meeting.
Oh, no.
So what do you know about that whole mess?
I know that it was fucking bad and stupid, and I feel
Okay.
bad for Ukraine.
So let's take it away from the whole yelling at him the entire time thing, right?
Yeah.
But they jumped on him for what he was wearing in the meeting.
Really?
Oh,
That's what they got him for?
Beat the shit out of him for what he was wearing. Like all black, like it was kind of like a polo and like slacks.
Yeah,
But
it's
it
just kind
wasn't
of
a
what he
suit.
wears.
Yeah. Well, there was a whole big thing about like, how dare you wear something so unprofessional to the fucking White House? And it was a big deal, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about professionalism in the White House.
So that was the joke, which I wasn't really aware of. I just thought he was making a joke, but I guess it's directly tied to that. And it was, and now it's so much better when you know
Yeah.
that. But so Conan was like, yeah, so I'm gonna do this like real smooth. I just want to make sure everyone's in their seats. I want to make sure everyone is dressed appropriately. And he's like, Adam. And he's like, hey, Conan, my guy, what's up? And he's like, what are you wearing? He's like, what are you doing right now? And he goes, I said, what are you wearing? And he's like, nobody cared what I was wearing till you pointed it out. He's like, how dare you make fun of me in front of my peers? And he's like, you know what? I don't really care what I'm dressed like, okay? Because I know I'm a good person. All right? If my snazzy gym shorts and my fuzzy hoodie bother you so much, I'll leave. I'll just get up and go. So he gets up and the crowd starts booing and he's like, no, I have to go. It's not you. It's him. It's him. He's the one doing all this.
God.
And then Conan breaks and he's just like laughing up at the front. And then he's like, so on my way out, I invite you all after the Oscars to a 5v5 basketball match across the street. We're going to have tip-off from the guy from Nosferatu, the big guy. But anyway, right before I go, and he runs up to the front, and he just grabs Timothy Chalamet by the shoulders and just goes, Chalamet! And he does the fucking joke that he's all about right now, and then he runs out of the theater, and that was it.
Okay. Fun.
It was
Your
so
Adam
fun.
Sandler voice. It's like he possesses you.
I've grown up with the man so much, I can't fucking not. That and Arnold, they interchangeably just take over at a moment's notice.
Adam Schwarzenegger.
So that was good. And then there were weird speeches this year, man. Did you hear
Were
about
there?
Adrian Brody?
No. I
He
heard Kieran
said-
Culkin. I think it was at the Golden Globes, actually. He went up and was like dunking on Adrian Brody for no reason at all.
Okay, yeah, that was that one. No, his speech here was about getting his wife pregnant.
What the fuck?
That speech was nuts. So let me give you
I
that
gotta
one
watch
real
it.
quick. Okay. So he basically goes, so, thank you, and he does all this stuff, and he goes, you know what, real quick, I have to tell this story. Sorry, hun, but we got to go to it. When I was up for the Golden Globe, or some award, right, he was like, my wife didn't think I'd win it. And so she was like, I know you want 3 kids, but like I can't give you one more because we have 2 right now. And I said, actually, I want 4. And she goes, you know what?
Fuck.
If you win this award, I'll give you a 3rd kid. And he goes, I won that award. We don't have a 3rd kid. Remember, I said we have 2. Well, I brought it up exactly a year ago, exactly 1 year ago. And you, and he points to someone in the crowd, was like, you were there. You were a witness to when this happened. But I brought it up. And she was like, oh, well, you said you wanted 4. You know what? I'll give you 4 when you win an Oscar. And he goes, how about we go home, start cracking on them kids?
Oh my God.
And then he fucking left.
So he got up there and he made a speech and was like, I'm going to go home and fuck my wife, and left. Yes. Okay.
All I've ever heard about him is that he's the most nuts interviewee person ever. He's just...
Has he not won an
he's
Oscar
always
before?
doing stuff? No. I don't think he's really been up for much.
He didn't win for the pianist or whatever?
No, Kieran Culkin. We were talking about Kieran because you brought him up. No,
were talking
Kieran
about Adrian
Culkin
Brody.
said all that shit. No.
God. I was trying
No,
to picture
sorry.
Adrian Brody just having a weird moment like that. I'm like, he must have really...
Oh, no.
had a lot
His
to
was
drink.
fucking worse. His was... So that one's funny.
Okay.
Adrian's was like, not good.
Not good because it was sad?
So hang on. No, I'll tell you what he did. That one was nuts. But Kieran's was that one, which
Okay.
tracks, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Adrian Brody's, he wins. He's halfway up the steps. He's chewing gum. He goes, oh. And he turns around, throws it at his wife, and she tries to catch it, misses. And then he gets up there, and he starts talking, says nothing. Just like words are happening, but none of them are going anywhere, right?
Okay.
And then he kind of makes a point about how, like, treasure that you are in the industry now because, like, you might make an Oscar-winning movie today and never get a call again tomorrow, you know?
Damn.
So, appreciate that you're in the industry now. And that's basically the only thing he said. But then they play the music, and he goes, no, shut that shit off. I'm not done. Turn it off. I'm not leaving. I've already won one of these before. I know what I'm doing up here, okay? So I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'll fucking leave.
Okay.
And then proceeds to talk more about nothing, and he set a record for one of the longest speeches ever given.
So that's what Kieran Culkin was talking about when he accepted
Probably.
his Golden Globe, because he was like, I have 45 seconds to make this speech, so Adrian Brody, take notes.
Yeah. So what, the Golden Globes just happened or something?
I guess, or maybe it was the SAG Awards. I don't know.
Because the Oscars was just Sunday, so like 4 days ago.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like a
I don't know. But anyway.
blue trophy. I have no idea.
Adrian Brody's speech was 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
That's a long time to say nothing.
And to openly say, I'm not going to follow the rules, turn off the shit, I'm an Oscar winner already, let me do my shit.
Yeah.
That's a little bold. And then he's also in trouble because did you hear Halle Berry came up and kissed him in front of his wife?
Oh, wait. They had like a whole Oscar kiss moment in like the early
long time
aughts,
ago.
right?
Yeah. Where he kissed her. So she just walked up and goes, sorry, hun, and just gave him a kiss back. And
Whoa.
it's like a whole big thing right now as well.
Okay.
So his part of it, messy. Right?
How's Will Smith doing? I think about him sometimes.
I don't know. So yeah, Adrian Brody. Actually, a big snub was Mikey Madison for Honora winning Best Actress over Demi Moore. A lot of people are not happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, a lot of people are not happy. Because
I'm-
Honora got 5 of its nominations.
Damn.
Five wins. And most people are like, why?
It's just Pretty Woman, right? Like that's kind of the
Kinda.
premise.
Somebody told me what happens because we were talking about the Oscars this week at work. And
Yeah.
she was like, I'm going to go home and watch it. Came back the next day and said, yeah, I would just skip it. It's good, but there's
Mhm.
nothing amazing in it. She said, until
Okay.
the end. So, like, I guess the whole thing is, yeah, she is a stripper. She marries into money. But the guy's, like, the kid of this, like, rich family. So he just does shit because he has no rules. And then the parents
Okay.
are like, yeah, you got to get rid of her. She's a stripper. She's not going to be part of the family. So they wind up sending her home. And at the end, like, that's when the acting starts. And she has, like, a whole breakdown moment of having to go back to her real life.
Mm.
And the lady at work was like, that's the moment. But, like, that was it.
I think that the Oscars should start doing like best scene, which I guess is
Oh,
best
yeah.
actress. But
But is it?
I feel like there
I
could
feel
definitely
like you
be.
got to have the whole movie and be good.
Yeah, like there should be an Oscar category that's just best scene, and you can root out all the stuff that's like we should put this up for best picture because of that scene,
Yeah.
or like this person should win a best actress because of that scene. Were they the best actress, or did they just have one really solid scene?
Yeah. But then you remember the thing, I think you read it, the thing Taylor put in the Discord about how half the people that vote for the winners came out and said, we don't even fucking watch these movies.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Like, if your job in Hollywood is to watch movies and then tell us which ones are the best, you should probably watch the movies. How hard
So
is it?
The going theory is Amelia Perez was set to win everything because of, like, the Golden Globes and all that shit, right?
Uh-huh.
And then all that backlash came out, so they picked the indie movie.
Okay.
Is kind of like the running, that's like what people are running away with. They're all like, oh, they got scared of all the backlash that they already got, so let's pick the indie darling.
We don't need the woke mob coming for us.
Yeah, we don't want Wicked, we don't want anything good. I know it's probably good, and I do want to watch it, but like, it was surprising how much Dune didn't even win for stuff, and I don't even like Dune, but there were things that should have won.
I forgot that Dune was up for stuff. Did it win anything?
It got best sound, and I think that's it.
Damn. Compared to the first
best
one, they got
sound
like
and best
11.
visual effects.
The first Dune got like a shitload of noms and a shitload of wins, right?
Yeah, like it just came down to like everything else this time. I am happy that The Substance got best makeup and hairstyling because that's amazing. It's great.
It is.
I'm really mad that Nosferatu didn't get fucking shit.
I'm happy to see that there was at least horror movies nominated this year.
That
That
be
is new.
a step, yeah, but like we need to give the
Yeah,
awards.
I agree.
Just go in because still, I'm telling you, Smile 2, Naomi Scott should have been in a Best Actress nomination.
Yeah.
That movie was because of her. She sold everything. Like, that is a Best Actress, not a Best Scene. Like, multiple scenes. I was just like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Which is how I felt with Cynthia Erivo in Wicked. Every scene, I was just like, God damn.
Gotta stare at her.
It was all of them, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, the Oscars was interesting. Deadpool came out and danced, which was fun because it's the actual guy that did the opening dance for Deadpool Wolverine, which I thought was really cool. It's just some dancer guy who got called in to do that, and he got to go to the Oscars and dance too, and I thought that was fucking neat.
Well, that's
And he
cool.
met Robert Downey Jr. right before he went on stage. So that was cool.
I do have one more question about the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about Flow.
We started it. Me and Taylor have watched like half of it. Went to sleep.
Okay. Is it sad?
I mean, no. I mean, it's about a cat who the like island that all these animals live on floods, and then it gets in a boat and makes friends with other animals, and then I guess we'll wind up somewhere that's not flooded.
Okay. So he doesn't just like die.
No. Oh no, not at all. But it's also a silent movie, so it's more like a primal kind of
Oh.
thing. Like it was good, but and this feels so standard, but I'm going to back up my claim. I was all out for Inside Out 2. Because they took an intangible idea and animated it into a comprehensible way, and I felt like that was so amazing that should warrant the win. Have you seen that one yet?
No, I felt broken after Inside Out 1.
Okay.
So
let
I
me
didn't
tell
want to see
you
two.
the thing.
Okay.
one, I love how they do your core values. Oh, it's breathtaking. So beautiful. Like memories go like basically like down your spine into this little like pit, and when like a core memory comes in that forms like a tent pole value for you, like I love my cats. Like I love animals. This like string just like shoots up and it like ties into your brain to this core part of you. Like it's a core thing in you. I love that. I thought it was beautiful.
Cool.
But that movie's about anxiety, you know. So at the end, she's having an anxiety attack,
Yeah.
and the way that scene is animated and they show it off in the brain, like how it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the reasons I love Pixar so much.
Yeah.
When they take the intangible, because like how do you show your emotions? That's why Inside Out was amazing to me. Like it made it something that like a child could grasp and understand. I think if you've never had anxiety and you watch this movie, you should be able to have a whole different understanding, a family member or a friend that goes through that, and you should be able to think of that scene and go, oh, that's kind of what's happening in them, and now you understand something on a fundamental level. To me, that makes that the best animated film.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. I mean, they did such a good job with the emotions in Inside Out 1.
Yes.
I can't recall a specific moment from that movie that made me think like, wow, that's really how you display that emotion. Like the only thing I remember is fucking Bing Bong. So
For me in part one, it's the islands that are like the like parts of your personality. Mm-hmm. That was the thing that I loved in part one.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
Oh, Goofball Island, it's a great place.
I do not remember Goofball Island.
What about I Would Die for Riley?
I don't remember that either.
You don't remember I Would Die for Riley? I say that all the time. I say it all the time still. It's so stupid. They print clones of this like dream guy that she dreams of, and he's just always, I would die for Riley. And they make like 100 of him and then stack him up to like couple him over to get somewhere. It's
fun.
It's fun. But anyway, yeah, Flow is good. It's on Max.
Okay.
But like I said, like we watched about half of it and we both went to sleep, and we both were like, we should finish it, but we're not itching to.
Okay.
So like it's fine.
It looks cute.
Oh yeah. I just don't think it's better than Inside Out 2. But it's also an indie movie, so
Yeah.
which is cool because like that they funded to animate this cool thing. So I agree, that's really neat. But
Yeah.
it's just not better. But so I was trying to watch some of these movies before the night, right?
Yes.
And I failed spectacularly.
Failed.
I really wanted to watch Amelia Perez before the Oscars. I didn't
Yeah.
get to. But I did
I'm
sit
glad that you didn't.
everybody down and I said, I don't care what you guys want to do. It's Substance time.
Okay, good.
And I watched The Substance.
Okay, I also watched The Substance, and we should talk about it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Out the gate,
Uh-huh.
I want the rating.
I'm going to give it... Oh, God.
Come on. Come on.
I'm going to have to give it a 9, I think.
I'm on a solid 9. Like, I want to say 10, but it's not, like, so amazing. But it's a
Yeah.
straight up 9.
It is a
Okay.
straight up 9.
Taylor's, like, riding high. She's feeling so good about it. The ending happens. Her score plummets. She doesn't like it.
That's
Same
what
with
I
my
hear
mom.
from a lot of people online. I assume that you and I are on the same page about the ending.
Just...
Just fucking
It's great.
bananas bullshit. I loved it.
I
Okay.
straight up turned to both of them and went, this has to be a French filmmaker. Look
I
it up.
know.
Ladies
Yes.
French.
Yes, that's exactly the thought process that I had. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
So
Okay. So
from the start, let's just
Okay.
break it down. I knew going into it that the substance is something that is injected. I did not mentally prepare myself for the amount of needles.
injectables. Yeah.
There's just like 90% of the movie, I'm just watching through my fingers. Like there's so many needles.
I feel like, can I guess your worst one?
Yeah.
It's always the one in the back.
Oh, yeah. The one
Every
going into
time.
like the
Yeah.
horrible gangrenous pus-filled
The same one,
sore.
yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, stop it. I can feel that in my back right now.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I loved. I guess I didn't know what to expect, but it
Yeah.
felt really thought out, kind of.
It did. Yeah. So I knew that it was going to be about anti-aging kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you know, like there's that whole thing that's happening in Hollywood right now where like, have you noticed Hollywood? Everyone's getting the new Hollywood face. Like,
Is it the Ozempic face?
I don't know. There's like one surgeon that is just going in and like, quote unquote, fixing everybody in Hollywood. Like Jennifer
And they're all
Aniston.
square?
Yeah, they're all very
Yeah, okay.
square. Like Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston is a perfect case for it. If you don't know what I'm looking,
Let me look her up.
if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Jennifer Aniston like before and after. Because in my mind,
Not Jennifer
like
Aniston.
I know
Okay.
she's one of the most beautiful women to ever exist. Like she was like the pinnacle of beauty in the '90s. Everyone went and got the
Yeah.
Rachel. I got the Rachel. Like
Really?
yeah, and just seeing her now is so different from seeing her at her
Yeah.
like inception of fame. But
Yeah,
I
very
digress.
square.
she's very square. I don't know what's going on with Hollywood, but yeah, they all have the same square face.
Yeah.
And so I kind of hoped that it was a direct commentary on that. Like maybe everybody would be very square or something. I didn't know what the substance did.
Yeah.
I had it spoiled just a little bit for me because I'd seen, you know, the iconic poster image of Demi Moore on the ground with like her spine ripped open, or
Yeah.
at least her spine sewn up.
Yeah.
Full spoilers for the substance, I suppose, if you guys are not expecting that.
I say go ahead. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't outright know what it was, but I did know that like you split open your back and something new comes out of you.
I didn't even really know that. I was like,
I wish I
shit,
hadn't.
a whole person is coming out of here?
Yeah.
I thought she transitioned into her younger self.
That's what I thought too. And then I saw like a comic of this creator on Instagram that was like talking about his younger self crawling out of his back. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
But I was still pleasantly surprised with the gorgeous practical effects that they did. Because
So can I
holy
tell you
shit.
this?
Tell me this.
All practical the entire movie.
Good. Okay. I thought it
So
was.
even, you know how like there's the like transition cards where like they like light a fire and it's like in the shape of a heart.
Yeah.
And they were these like little fire things. They filmed it really close in this like black tarp thing and lit those fires. So those are real. And when she, I think transitions for the first time, and there's like the weird light like 2001 sequence thing.
Yes.
They had a camera in some kaleidoscope thing, and they were just running lights and doing shit. So even that's just like practical recording of that. Like
That's so
everything was
cool.
just there. You know?
I love that. We tout practical effects all the time here on YMBToAP, but I can't say it enough how Hollywood needs more practical effects. Like movies like
Yes.
this are so good because of that. They can elevate any kind of movie. It's
Absolutely.
so necessary. But I'm super, super glad that it won for makeup and hair. I think that it could have
Yes,
won
dude.
other categories as well. And I am mad that Demi did not win for her performance, because the whole like transformation that she went through in that movie
Yeah.
fucked my shit right up. Like watching her like realize that her finger had been like taken
Yeah.
away. That gripped me. It was like a real life picture of Dorian Gray situation where she's getting time.
That's what I've been telling people. Good. Dude, we're saying the
Yes.
same shit.
We're
Okay,
on the same
perfect.
page with this movie. It's fantastic. I knew watching it, I was like, I know exactly how Robert feels about this because it's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I was so for me the acting part, of course it's all the after, like when Sue's been gone for 3 fucking months. That shit's nuts. But
That took my breath away when I saw the time passing and she's like,
that sucked, dude.
I did not like it when she opened the door and you just see like a desiccated thing under a sheet. I'm like, what's under there? Are we
Yeah.
going to see it? Oh,
For me, it's when she was cooking and watching her on the TV, and she's like, "Yeah, go ahead, say what your little beauty secret is. I got it right here." I was like, "It's like, man, she's like all in
Yeah.
on this premise, everything."
Yeah,
you know?
she believed that role so wholeheartedly. And I think as an older woman in Hollywood who has grown up in it and experienced
Mhm.
it, she knows this role. Like she
Oh, yeah.
feels it in her soul. Like you could read it on her throughout the entire thing. And I was like, she is the perfect actress for this role. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't pick anybody better. And her young self too, Margaret Qualley,
Yeah,
I love her. Like she's so pretty. I just want to
yeah,
they picked another perfect person for this role because I couldn't stop staring at her every time she was on screen. Like she's
yeah.
breathtaking.
So, did you watch the James Bond thing that I put in the Discord?
Yes, I did.
Because she was the dancer at the beginning of that thing, and I
didn't
was
even
like,
notice that.
I was like, man, she is so pretty. Like, she would make the best Bond girl.
Yeah.
Which I thought that's kind of what they were hinting toward, but then the performance meant nothing, so it was whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, Margaret Qualley would be a great Bond girl. Like she looks it so well.
She does. And she's fucking 30 years old. I thought she was 23.
What the fuck?
I
Yeah.
know. I'm pissed. Like I need to start taking better care of myself, I guess.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. She's also married to Jack Antonoff. I'm like, oh, of course she is.
I don't know who that is.
He's like a major music producer guy. He's the lead singer of Bleachers and Fun. He's
Oh, okay.
done Taylor Swift albums and shit. Like he's huge.
This guy? I'm just like, this guy?
Yeah, right?
He's funny, man. He's got to be funny. But anyway, okay, so I loved how there's the all right, so it's activate, stabilize,
Yep.
switch. I thought the stabilize thing was so interesting. I loved that idea.
Weird. Yeah, it's very cool. Like the fact that you have to let the stabilization fluid regenerate. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's how it happens. And you don't learn that until it's too late in the movie. So,
Exactly.
but the fact that it comes with like no instructions and she's just instinctually like, I guess I should put this needle in her back. Like,
Yeah, I was like, how did younger self know to like stitch you up, hook up the food? Because like it said nothing about feed the other person.
I'm
Didn't say any
wondering
of
if
that
it's
shit.
like in the programming, like in the substance as
Yeah.
it goes into you. The opening credits of this movie were so cool too. Like the whole
The egg?
injecting the egg and then it
Yeah.
just like splits and becomes two. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a weird movie.
Oh yeah, it is
And
a
it
weird movie.
was so weird. I'm so happy they went weird with it because it could have been just like straight down the middle, like,
Yeah.
it could have been a really safe movie. Despite being like a pretty wild concept, they could have gone relatively like tame with it. And they just took it to the most insane extreme. And they were like, what if we just
'Cause I'll tell
sprayed
you,
a whole room with blood?
I was digging it, but can I tell you when I loved it?
Tell me.
As soon as the fucking younger self went to activate, I was like, oh fuck, I never considered this. What the fuck could possibly happen?
Yeah.
And boy, was I not disappointed.
No, yeah.
Like, it went full blown, like, the whole, like, incest, these genes cannot be mixed again kind of shit. And the fucking face, Demi's face stuck in
Just
the
like,
scream on her back.
So gross.
Okay, no. Why are we skipping over this the whole time? Dennis Quaid.
Oh my God. I didn't even realize it was
How-
Dennis Quaid.
How good did they do? Because this is made by a French lady filmmaker.
Uh-huh.
The way they painted, like, the male just treatment of it, like, that shit was so, I was just like, oh, you feel how disgusted you're supposed to be. at
Yes.
everything he does.
God, the fucking shrimp scene where he's just like sucking the shrimps and dumping them in butter and
Dude.
stuff. And
Did you see the tablecloth when he left?
God, it was a mess.
I know.
He was like so perfectly casted in that role. I didn't realize it was Dennis Quaid. Like I was lost in the character that he was playing.
Yeah. Oh,
Even though it
he was
looks
nailing that
just
shit.
like him. He was just, he really pushed it.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. So I looked up the lady, of course, like I said. I was like, this got to be a French filmmaker lady. she made a movie that I talked about on the podcast a couple years ago
Uh-huh.
called Revenge, right?
Yes.
And that movie also ends in the most absolute bloody fashion ever.
French horror, man.
This is her thing. Like, solid premise, blood-soaked ending.
Yes. Okay. So, like early on in this movie, I like to just look up trivia and stuff, and while I'm
Okay.
watching a movie, just to have like here's the cast list. What else have they been in? Like just stuff for me to like look at.
Yeah.
And so I pull up the trivia page, and it's like they used like I think it was 5,500 gallons of blood for this.
Lovely.
I was like, what point in this movie are they going to use 5,000 more gallons of blood? Because there's not been a whole lot of blood so far.
Yeah.
And then
It sure happens.
yeah, it sure happens. I love that they went insane with it. I
Yeah.
just love the way it ended. Like I wouldn't have ended it any other
Dude.
way. I just
Her crawling to the... Because I love how we open up on that star for so long, watching
Mhm.
it age
yes.
and get worse, all for it to end there. I loved it. Like, that movie ended, and I straight up went, I love that. Who else? And got no hands.
God. It was
God, I
so
loved it.
disturbing and weird and just unexpected. Like it's one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies that I've seen. And
Good.
I feel like I've been saying this a lot lately, but I've been seeing a lot of good movies lately. Like it's one of my tops. It's so good.
They're coming out right now. Like, I don't know. There's just been a good run lately.
Yeah. I think the writer's strike is finally like coming
Oh,
out of
yeah.
hibernation,
So we're
We're
getting
in the
all
time
that
now.
all that pent up idea stuff now.
Yeah, all the scripts are coming to fruition, and it's just like all the strange shit that they wrote when times
Yeah.
got weird.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yes,
I'm very happy. Good. 9 out of 10. YMBToAP. Extreme approved.
absolutely.
Fucking watch The Substance right now.
Please.
It's glorious. So fucking glorious. Loved it. So with that, want to take a quick break? Want to stabilize?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you think you know what happened to me? Look, I'm back, and I'm about to unearth all the secrets in Old Cove. So do a little refresher on Season 1 and get caught up before Season 2 arrives. Trust and believe you don't want to miss what's coming.
Welcome to Severed, a podcast suite that offers a rotation of content centered around true crime to paranormal cases. Severed True Crime covers high to low profile true crime cases like the Westfield Watcher, The Staircase, The Keepers, and other binge-worthy favorites on Netflix. Severed Paranormal peers into the corner moon windows of the Amityville Horror House, the Conjuring House, and other mysterious cases, locations, and urban legends.
I'm Harry Chambers.
And I'm Drew Hudson. We want you along for this investigative and haunting roundup. Scare you soon.
My eyes and my face. I feel sticky.
I have to say, I see you rubbing your eyes over there. So, I think I told you a little bit. We talked about it last time when I got my eyes done.
Uh-huh.
And the thing they used to do the
Pressure test?
glaucoma test. I maybe told you that after, and then we looked it up. I don't think I did on the show, but I got my eyes looked at last week, guys, and I did, because I got the fucked
Yeah.
up eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had to go back today, so I put this on here like just today, because I had to go
Mhm.
back for those contact lenses, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, went in. So I got a normal one for the left, and they thought that the toric one, the astigmatism one, would be better on my right,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like it was working pretty good. That one actually feels heavier. Like you can like feel like a weight difference, kind of.
Oh, that's weird.
It's weird. And so I pulled out my phone and I was like, oh. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just, was checking my phone, but I think I'm still getting used to the contacts. And she goes, oh, okay. I bought 6 months worth of contacts that they ordered there to ship to me,
Mm-hmm.
drive to work, can't see the computer screen.
Oh, no.
So I'm wearing like brand new contacts. I can't see up close. So I had to immediately call back and be like, yeah, we can't do that. You got to cancel those. So I have to go back
Damn.
again, a fucking
Ugh.
third time to now get the contacts re-looked at because she goes, well, you're you're young enough. I didn't think we'd have to look at nearsightedness in the context.
Oh, damn.
So now I got to go back again. And does that mean I'm going to have to do another office visit copay again?
Are they going to have to dilate your eyes again?
No, I don't think they'll have to do that. But I don't know, dude. Like, I'm ready to quit going to the eye doctor.
Yeah, it's been
See?
some time.
This is why I don't go to the doctor, because now I got to go for mistakes I got made. I don't want to do this.
You got to go for more doctor.
You know, I don't want to do this. But whatever. I just want to tell you about that, because literally, like, I go to the office again right after, can't fucking see again. 2 times in a row. I go there, can't see anything.
That
You're the
sucks.
eye doctor, man.
That's yeah. How do you just like not look for nearsightedness? I feel like that
Yeah.
should just be a standard thing.
But whatever. I can't wait for my glasses to come in, because I ordered those over the weekend from when we recorded last time, and they're fucking great. You guys are going to love them.
Are they heart shaped?
No. They're black up here, gold on the bottom, baby.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. No, I kept trying to pick the like oldest man glasses, and I found some like octagon shaped ones.
Oh my god.
Taylor's like, get those off your fucking face right now. No, thank you. Can't have. So, I guess I could tell you this real quick, although I already know what happened with it. But I applied for a job
Oh.
and got an interview 2 days later, interviewed yesterday, and already didn't get the job today. So,
That was quick.
there's you the whole update.
Awesome. Love that.
Applied for a job, interviewed, got told no, span of like 3 days. So,
Efficiency.
there you go. This update means nothing.
Cool.
But now you know. So, but yesterday, while I was at work, I was given so much homework. There's this lady I talked to up at work. We talk movies all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But she's kind of more into TV shows, but we still discuss movies and stuff. So I told her about The Substance and all this stuff, but she has homework for me that I finally did. So I'd like to tell you what I thought in case you've ever been curious, or anyone else who listens thought I would enjoy it.
Okay.
But I only checked out, as my homework was, episode 1 of The Boys, the
The
Amazon
Boys.
show, right?
Okay.
You ever watch The Boys?
Not at all.
I think you would like The Boys.
It's about like gritty superhero dudes, right?
No.
Okay.
Let me sell you.
Alright.
Let me tell you what sold me.
How can I get you into a fresh new The Boys today?
She goes, you know superheroes, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, do you know what heroes are like in this? And I was like, I think it's more like DC. There's like a Superman, like a Wonder Woman, like an Aquaman, and a Flash. She's like, yeah, it's all basically that.
Okay.
She goes, I think you'd like it because you like Terrifier and all that weird shit.
Okay.
So, by the way, while watching it, one of the characters she was talking about is fucking Jack Quaid from
Oh.
Companion. This is one of his original things.
Oh, okay.
And he's good in this, too. Like,
Nice.
man, we've been sleeping on Jack Quaid. Okay? This dude can do it. He's good.
Gets it done.
Even without a corkscrew to the temple. Like, he's
Nice.
selling it. Okay. But so the whole thing is, he works at, like, a Radio Shack, kind of.
Cool.
This is pretty early in this episode. I just want to mind you with, okay? I'm
Okay.
talking, like, first 10 minutes of this episode. He works at, like a Radio Shack kind of place, and his girlfriend comes in, and they're, like, flirting and stuff. They go to leave, and she's like, did you ask for your raise? And he's like, oh, well, he was busy, and so he's, like, kind of like a little skittish kind of guy. He's not very, demanding or whatever.
Mhm.
And she's like, you kind of need to do that because we can't, keep going home to your dad's house to fool around and stuff. It'd be nice if we had our own place. And he's like,
Okay.
wait a minute, like our own place? You want to move in together? And she's like, well, if you ask for that raise, it can happen sooner than you think. And he's like, oh my God, cool. I love you. And so she says, I love you too. And he's holding her hands, and she steps off the curb to leave, right?
Gets hit by a bus.
No. The Flash was running by and fucking obliterates this girl.
Oh my god.
He fucking runs through her And it is a slow motion of just Jack Quaid holding your hands, and then you just see blood just like hit him, and the camera's panning around here. You see a jawbone flying off, and it's just
No.
putty. It's fucking just goo. And then that guy stops running, and he goes, "Oh, sorry, guy, but I can't really stop right now." Boom! And he just takes off. And then he looks down, and he's holding her hands in his hands still. And then the show started.
All right.
And I was like, yeah, I keep watching this. So the whole premise is this company basically owns superheroes, and they rent them out to cities across the United States. So, like, Denton has its own dedicated superhero that Denton buys from this company to protect the city every year.
Okay.
So, like, at one point, this lady goes to the mayor of Detroit, and she's like, "Hey, I'm thinking Black Noir would be a perfect hero for your town. Like, it already matches your demographic, but also popular with the white crowd. He has a 59% approval rating."
Oh my God.
So they have, like, this breakdown of, like, their stats, and it's a pure marketing thing. Like, superheroes are so big. They make so much money off of merchandising and, like, advertising them out, making movies about them, and then renting them to these towns. So she's like, "I think you can have him for, like, $300 million a year. That's pretty good."
Okay.
And so there's, like, that whole aspect to it. So I'm like, oh, interesting. Well, then this girl makes it onto, like, the main team. They're called the Seven, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Like
I guess
the
one of those
Avengers?
heroes had died. And so they had a national tryout, and she got on the team. And it goes a little bit into, like, misogyny in the workplace stuff, because the Aquaman guy is like, "Do you want to be on the team? Because I'm number 2, and if you don't kind of do this, I might say, I don't think you're a good fit for the team."
Okay.
And so, like, her, like, small town dreams of making it big come into, like, big city corruption type stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that got a little good. And then the Invisible fucking Man, he's just in the girl's bathroom all the time, and the Wonder Woman girl knows about it. Yeah, and so then that becomes a whole thing. So then the company that runs the heroes is trying to buy Jack Quaid out, and they're like, "We'll give you $45,000 to just not talk about the fact that A-Train ran through your girlfriend." And he's like, "What? So I just get money and then I just pretend like she didn't exist?" And he's like, "Yeah. Like, just shut up about it." So he decides not to fight, and there's, like, some other guy that shows up called the Butcher, and he's like, "I want you to plant a bug in there, and we're gonna, like, take him down from the inside." And then there's this whole, like, espionage intrigue, and this is all episode 1.
Okay. That's a lot.
There's a lot going on, but, like, when she got run through, I was like, what the fuck is this show? And so I'm kind of into it. Plus, the Invisible Man came to fight some people, and they pulled out an electrical cord, and they shocked his butt cheeks, and you just see this, like, silhouette of, like, tight, invisible butt cheeks going electrocuted and stuff. It was pretty funny.
All right.
It's
I'm glad you're
kind of
enjoying it.
It's interesting. I think you might like it, because it's not really about any superheroing. They're not fighting nobody. You're just finding out that this world that we believe in is marketed to us, and it's not, you know, there's, like, the deep-seated underbelly of what's real, you know?
Okay.
That's what it's about.
Huh.
It was pretty good watch. The first show was an hour and 3 minutes. Like, it was a pretty long one.
Oh, wow. So they're long episodes.
Mm-hmm. Because I think it aired on Prime outright, so it doesn't
Okay.
have commercials. So they're like Game of Thrones, 55 minutes, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I only watched the first one. It was pretty good.
Well,
So
glad you're liking it. I know it's one that's been, like, orbiting around you for a little while now, so.
because it's gross, so everyone thinks I'm going to like it. Well, I do. It is gross. I like it. But then I had other homework.
Yes.
In fact, we had homework.
YMBToAP homework.
It's Monster Monday.
It's Monster Monday. Not Sunday, but Monday.
All right.
Okay.
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 You ready?
Yeah.
So I fell asleep twice.
Yeah. You
Trying
can't
to-
watch this one near a bed.
Trying to do that. But that's absolutely fucking true. But But here's the thing. I really like it.
Okay. All right. So we got the dub.
But in these first 5.
Yes.
Now, let me be honest, though.
Mm-hmm.
In my falling asleep, I had to finish some at work, so I watched half dub, half Japanese. So now I can kind of comment on the difference between that too.
Okay, I'm interested to hear. So, I mean, I say I'm interested to hear, but I also know. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it. So, Monster, if you guys are starting to watch with us, which I hope you are, I think we should talk about the setting of it, because the setting really comes into play. It's almost its own character.
Okay.
So, it takes place in like late 80s, early 90s Germany. Right now, we're starting in Dusseldorf, which is in West Germany. And West Germany is the democratic state, or was the democratic state, post-war, World War II shit. East Germany is the communist state. So the whole like socio-political tensions are going to come into play. It's worth noting that a lot of displaced immigrants, like from Poland or even from Germany themselves, are going across the wall during this time. Because I think, so the wall fell in 89, right?
Yes.
And this anime starts, I believe, in 86. So it's still wall time. And
it's still wall time.
And so there's people that are coming across the border, like that are trying to flee the communist state and be like free in West Germany. So that'll come into play. And then there's also a lot of Turkish people. So the relationship, I don't know if you know much about like Turkey and Germany and how they interact or whatever.
Okay.
So Turkish people, after World War II, there was an agreement where Germany had like a labor shortage because of all the people that died in the war. And Turkey had really high unemployment. So they were like, why don't we just like send a bunch of able-bodied workers to Germany for you guys so that, we can get the jobs, you guys can have our labor. And it was supposed to be an agreement where they stayed for like a small amount of time. It was called Gastarbeiter, which is guest workers in German. And a lot of them, like most of them, did go home back to Turkey after their work time. Their work contract was over. But a lot of them did stay. And I say a lot, probably like, I would say a couple million, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a ton of people, but I don't know, in terms of like immigrants, I guess if you're not planning on 2 million extra people to stay, then it gets weird.
Then it's a lot. Okay.
Yeah. So I would compare it to kind of the relationship that Texas has with Mexico, and how it's a lot of people are like, yeah, we want them to come here and have good lives and do the kind of the shit work that Americans don't want to do, like janitorial and, all the less than jobs, and putting heavy scare quotes around that. But a lot of people are like Turk our gerbs kind of a situation. So that's the same kind of situation.
The vibe. Okay.
Yeah, that's the vibe. So I think that kind of informs a lot of the character decisions and stuff that we're going to see in Monster. So I wanted to like lay that out. So we watched the first 5 episodes.
Yeah, so we did 5. So I know that there's 74. So I mean, I think the first 5 are not really going to be indicative of the overall per se. Because right now, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, I'm having a good time right now.
Yeah, I really like it. But I'm like, but I feel like I'm hitting the end of some twists that I'm going to get. So where the fuck can I go in 70 more episodes?
Yeah.
It's like how I feel.
That's kind of that's where I'm coming into it too. So I'm trying to really approach this with like new, fresh eyes and pretend that I don't know that there's just a huge fucking void in the middle of Monster. But like I was looking up some opinions and stuff because I still want to know, like the reason for rewatching this, the reason I'm rewatching it and making you watch it with me is because I want to know why Monster is so highly regarded. And I decided like I'm going to look up, go on Reddit and do some browsing and find why people like it so much. And Reddit is also full of threads and arguments that are like, why do people like Monster so much? It fucking sucks. And
can I say what I like so far?
Yeah.
Because really, it's a lot of the animation.
You
Okay.
like the animation?
I hate how the people look
Okay.
because everybody looks angry. Everybody is drawn mad all the time.
Square, angular.
But there was a scene in like maybe episode 2 or something where he was driving in the rain, and the way the raindrops were hitting, I was like, ooh, that's really nice. Like, I like that. And there was a scene where he was like climbing some stairs, and I was like, damn, that's animated really good. like small things, but I was like, actually, so there was a scene where he goes to this old man's house to look for the kid, and the way that old man like pours the tea and the way it like rattles when he puts it down.
Yes.
This show just felt so much more lived in and alive
Yes.
than most shows to just be flashy. Like, I don't feel like this show's flashy. It feels real.
Right.
And that's kind of selling me a little bit, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. Like this, as far as animes go, there's not like, you know, loud, big personalities and stuff. It's not like this
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
a superhero. He's got pink hair. It's just like everyone is a normal, regular person. And it's kind of just about the gray morality that exists in the world. And that's the whole show. So,
'Cause, bro, I was sold. I mean, okay, so episode 1, I was like, I mean, of course, I'm watching it alone, but like, just like there's an imaginary person. I'm like, well, that was pretty good, right? When he chose to go save the kid instead of do the fucking mayor,
yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I was
Yes,
like, wow.
like, the first 2 episodes of this, I'm just like, I'm fucking into it. I'm like, this
Yeah, I'm in
is,
it.
we're learning stuff about this guy's character. He's standing up for himself. He's getting rid of his shitty fiance who just wants to marry money. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I hate Eva, and
Oh,
she
God,
sticks
she-
around.
Oh, that sucks to know.
She's in so much more of this show than you're expecting. So
Damn it.
she'll
I don't
come
like
back
that.
time and time again. Don't count Eva out. But
Okay.
yeah, so I mean, I'm really enjoying it so far. I think it's great. And
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like waiting
to
until we
me-
fall into that chasm.
Yeah, this story, like, because I don't know the story. You do. But what I'm picturing from the first 5 episodes, I see that feeling good through like the first 20. And then I think whatever's happening here could easily wrap up and I would feel content. And then I think to myself, there's 50 more, so clearly it can't do what I think it should do. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay, as I was looking online, people are like, 10 to 50 is kind of a slog, but the rest is worth
Jesus
it.
fucking Christ.
So, like, is it worth it? So, I
Because,
mean,
man, yeah, like it was giving me Patch Adams vibes. Like,
why?
Because he's just like a good doctor. He just wants to help the
Okay.
people. Like when he's flying the kite with the kid,
Yeah,
like,
so
he didn't have to
sweet.
do that. I was like, what a good doctor. And then I loved when he's just talking to the guy that like is going to be like the criminal that they're trying to crack the case with or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I loved that story of just like all I ever wanted was a clock. And I could
Yeah.
never get it, so I learned to pick locks, and then I became a criminal from then on. But all I ever wanted was that fucking clock.
Yeah.
The simplicity of how someone's life can go astray from such a tiny thing. I loved
Yes.
that. I was like, yeah, I'm so into this show.
The show is
And
full
then
of those little
Yeah.
moments like that. They're going to like pull you into a character and drag you along. So I'm glad that you're enjoying that.
Do you know who my least favorite character is thus far?
Is it Johan?
No, he's cool so far.
Okay.
But, I mean, he hasn't done anything too crazy yet. I mean, yeah, sure, he killed some people. What about all the
Who
people
hasn't?
he murdered? What murder? The fucking cop guy, the
Oh my God,
BKA
Lungo?
guy who's fucking typing
Typing.
on the side, like, because, and this changes from scene to scene, I notice sometimes. When he first showed up, I was so distracted by, like, why is the inside of his mouth white like he's all teeth?
What?
Yeah. Go back and watch him talk with the first time we meet him, right?
Okay.
Then in another scene, it was pink inside, which made sense because like that'd be an open mouth.
Sure.
And then they did it where it was like half pink, half white. So I was like, why do you keep changing how this motherfucker's mouth works? Like, Because I thought it was weird, like, why the choice that everybody else has, like, a black mouth, very standard anime,
Yeah.
and then this guy's is white, like he's all teeth, when he's not
Never
smiling,
noticed.
you know?
Mouth
I was
full
like-
of cotton.
I was like, what are you trying to portray here? And I was
What you
getting really
got in there?
confused by him.
Microchips.
And then I'm mad at him because he just doesn't fucking believe that Dr. Tenma could possibly be a good guy, because I think he's a good guy so far. I
Okay.
don't know, but I like
Yeah.
him, you know? But
I
now that
mean-
I know that Johan is fucking murdering people,
Mm-hmm.
I feel better in the fact that Dr. Tenma's a good guy.
Yeah. So what did you think about that when like Dr. Tenma was kind of venting next to the kid's bed and didn't realize that he was regaining consciousness in that moment?
See? That's why I'm into the show. Like,
Yeah.
these are good moments.
Mm-hmm.
Because I pictured that the girl, Nina, as she is now,
Yeah.
was whatever the monster was. Because she was saying kill and all that stuff. And,
Yeah.
you know, like, everybody died but her. So I kept picturing, okay, she's going to be, like, the liaison from, like, maybe another world to her being a monster. Like, she's a conduit. Like, I didn't know.
Mm.
But now, I really don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I just know that
Her-
Johan got saved, and that's great too, because that plays into the whole, like, yeah, it was morally right at the time to save the kid over the
Mhm.
mayor, but now it's caused more problems, so what's ever the right choice? You know,
Yeah,
because
like-
now this kid's a fucking loon.
The moment he has with that Turkish woman when she's like, you could have saved my husband and you didn't. And the
Yeah,
whole,
that's heavy.
yeah, like the pull inside of him of like lives are all equal and they should be treated equally.
Oh,
But
yes,
then
that's
they're
why I hate
not.
Eva.
Oh my God,
All lives
yes.
are created equal. Nom, 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 nom. Eat my steak.
She's the worst. I know I
is
like a life
bad.
of comfort. She sucks so bad. God.
Yeah, but her dad sucked too, though.
Yeah, he did.
Man, he
Glad
was
he
bad.
died. Fuck that guy.
Like, I'm glad that I know how they died already, like, so quickly, because I was
Yeah.
like, we're not going to find out who laced this candy for 60 shows or some shit. And
Right.
it's like, at episode 3, here you go. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, cool. But, like, so far, I like the idea part of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Lives are created equal. Who's the right choice to make? Because this one, to me, was right. You should take the kid over a guy that's already lived his life, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was dying naturally. This kid was in, like, a murder scenario. Like, he
Yeah.
deserves a shot. And yet, the mayor would have paid the hospital money to probably be able to save more people. And this kid grew up to murder people. So it's
Yep.
it's like, what's ever right? Because you can't know if your good action has bad consequences.
Yes.
I like that. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
It's very cool. It reminds me of what was the anime we watched with like it wasn't
Erased?
Erased, but it was
Okay, no.
another one similar to Erased. It was like a journalist and they met under the bridge. Was that Erased?
Yeah.
And there's a butterfly. Was that Erased?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was.
With a spider? No. That's a
No.
different one.
No,
There's,
yeah.
like,
that is.
the
no.
spider and the
that
guy
is
was like,
Erased. The
I drowned
string.
on my gerbils. That was him?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the end of Erased.
Man,
Yeah.
get my animes mixed up.
We're going to cut all that out for you.
Leave it in. The people need to know how confused I am.
So, like Erased.
Like Erased.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love mystery anime. As few of them as I've watched, I think they're very entertaining, and I think this one is different because Erased was just like one big overarching thing,
Yeah.
whereas this one is just like a lot of little small mysteries and just like windows into lives.
Yeah.
So I did go through and figure out like where the different episode arcs and stuff are if you want to like break off more intentionally instead of watching just 5 episodes every time.
Okay.
So
We could do that.
We can discuss more on that, but like
Okay.
this arc that we're in ends after episode 8. So if you want to watch like 6, 7,
Oh, okay.
8 before we come back next time, we could do that.
Okay. Because that's where I'm at now, is clearly this girl's brother is the one going like, I want to blanket you in flowers. And I'm like, this is getting really fucking weird.
one. So you watch that part in Japanese, right?
Yes.
Okay, what is the actual verbiage? Because I can't remember.
Well, because they write it in like the closed captions, but it was I was made to blanket you in flowers. Was what he
Okay.
said.
In English, it's I was born to smother you with flowers. Which
That's
is a
very
little
different.
bit creepier. Yeah,
Yeah.
smother is definitely a different connotation.
Yeah. Also, I'll tell you this because I watched them at work, so I was trying to speed it up a little bit. I watched them at 1.5 times speed.
Oh my god.
So I'm just fucking reading, man. I was reading that shit because I didn't want people to come in and be all like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
You're working, and I'm watching Monster. Because also, when Monster pulled up on Netflix, it goes like rated whatever, like smoking, language, nudity, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I really got to be careful watching this in here." But there were none in the first 5, so
Yeah.
in case you guys are watching at work, first 5 safe for work.
There you go. I mean, there's guns and violence and shit, but there's no boobs or butts.
True. Yeah, because he shot that dude like 5 times.
So many times.
I felt so bad. He brought him that clock, and
I
when
know.
he dropped it, like you could hear that shit broke,
Yeah.
big time. But like
They do
5
a really
in,
good.
I liked it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying it so far, and I'm glad that I'm enjoying it again.
Yeah.
For the first 5, I'm excited to see how our opinions may or may not change going
Yeah.
forward.
So what else were you saying? You like how it?
You said this before. I'll just reiterate. Like I like how
Okay.
the sounds in the anime just like really.
Oh yeah.
They're very thought through. The Foley is done very well.
Oh yeah, big time. Like, and remember we discussed how we read like, oh, in the dub they cut out music. I have not noticed
Yeah.
that.
No, it's all full of music and shit. So I'm like, where'd they cut it?
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand, but I will say, the English dub is really good.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
I am very into the English dub. Of course, I feel like the Japanese dub is always a bit more formal.
Mhm.
Like those always sound just a bit more.
Serious.
I was like highbrow, serious. Like
Yeah.
it is more like, it's just more surgical sometimes.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what Nina sounds like in English so far, but she is so
Okay.
fucking cute and bubbly in Japanese thus
Yeah.
far.
She's cute in English too.
So I would like to go back and watch episode 5 again, but in the dub, and kind of see what I think.
Yeah, I think you should because kind of 5 through 8 will go together like 1 through 4 went together.
Okay, cool. So I'm probably going to rewatch 5, but yeah, just go through 8 maybe for the next one.
Yeah.
But we will definitely post in maybe our anime channel what we think like good suggested start stops are for our Monster Mondays.
Monster Mondays.
But do I think it's like a top just based off the 5s thus far? No. But like I can see the appeal. But as we said, yeah, because it is now. It is appealing in this moment.
Yeah.
And I'm very scared what that means for the rest because I'm like, what are you going to do for 70 shows?
I know. And I keep like I'm kicking myself because I remember bits and pieces of it. I'm like, how does all that tie together? Like, am I really remembering this anime proper or am I just thinking of something else? I don't know.
Is it almost just like individual separate moments but this guy happens to just be connected to all of them?
Sometimes he's not even connected to the moments, Robert.
Is he even
Sometimes
there
are
for some of the
just-
show?
Nope. Sometimes there's just other people.
Are you telling me we get, what was her name? Eva?
Mm-hmm.
Is she an arc all on herself? We don't even get Tenma. It's just her.
You get a lot of Eva, so prepare to just really
God.
dig in on Eva.
Okay. But I will say, I'm enjoying it now. I look forward to Monster Monday,
Okay, excellent.
and hopefully you guys are as well. If you're watching, we didn't even really go that spoiler. Like if you watched it, you probably picked up what we were saying. But if you haven't, you're like, what the fuck? So just go watch it. It's just 5
Go
shows.
give it a try.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
worth it.
it's not bad
The first
so far.
4 or 5 episodes, solid. Check them out.
Yeah, the ending of 5 was kind of cliffhangery, so I was like, I guess we'll see where that goes. Like I am like, dang, like what a spot to stop. But they almost all have felt like a dang. We stopped there.
They do a really good job, actually, of like giving you a little something, something to make you want to keep watching,
Okay.
which is, I think, why I kept fucking watching.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I will say they are 20 minutes, and they do not feel 20 minutes. They feel longer to me.
Oh, really?
Because, like, I would say older anime, but I mean, Full Metal's not older, but usually at the halfway point, animes will just say the name of the show for some reason.
Yeah. I mean,
They're
Monster
like, hey,
has that
commercial
little...
break, monsters down at the bottom, you know?
Yeah, they have the same thing here.
Yeah. Well, when it does that, I'm like, we're only halfway? I thought it'd be done by now.
Yeah, that's true.
So it does feel long. I do agree. Please don't watch in bed.
Don't
Sit
watch
up.
it in bed.
Watch it at
It
work.
is a
or you
good
have to
like
be awake.
nighttime show, though. Like it's solid, atmospheric, nightimey.
Yeah.
I feel like it's well suited with a nighttime rainy atmosphere.
I think I agree with how you watched it. One a night would be perfect because every time I've tried to do two, sleepy.
Yep.
Every time. I could do one a night. I might need to try it that way.
Yeah, try it that way.
Good Monster Monday. Look forward to it next week.
Excellent.
So with that, want to go get these other 3 cranked out for next week?
Let's get out of here.
Let's do it.
If you loved this Monster Monday and this entire episode, please tell a friend about us because word of mouth is the best way we can get the good YMBToAP into brand new ears. We release weekly every single Monster Monday. If you want to talk to us, you can catch us over on the Discord channel. The link to that is not so secret anymore. It lives in the show notes. You can click on that, come join, come say hi. Thank you so much to our listeners for supporting us through in and throughout. We love you so very much.
And our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube. Show him all the love. And as always, thanks for listening and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Why haven't you watched The Substance yet?
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
Now, you want to know what's great, though? Let me shoot you this one. Let me throw this in the old Discord for you.
I miss
Bloom. Look at this bad boy. The fucking
Oh,
Helldivers controller.
Hell yeah. I love
love
this,
that one.
actually. It's cute.
Yeah, this one's dope. I like this
it's like
one.
so in universe too. That this is how you do a tie-in controller.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
I love that.